Hey, Freedom. I am here with my very good friend, Connie Guffy, and our very dear sister. And Connie, it is good to have you here today.
Thank you. It's good
Yeah.
to be here, I think.
So a couple of weeks ago, Connie, I preached a message on forgiveness, and I called it The One Forgiven. And the real premise of the message was that in the story of that Jesus tells in Matthew 18, that really one key part of that is we have a choice which identity we're going to wear through life, either the one wronged or the one forgiven. And I know that this has been a great journey of yours personally through the years. And so I just wanted to come, and I wanted our church family to get to glean from some of the things the Lord's taught you through the years.
Well, that's an honor. Yes, he's taught me a lot through the years about forgiveness, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've shared with you, I think, is that a few years back, I was introduced to a book called Unoffendable by
Yeah.
Brent Hampton.
And I got a copy just so people can see it.
Yeah.
So tell us
Yes.
some of the key things that you got from this book, Connie.
Well, like you mentioned in your sermon week before last about how you just do it, I think what I learned about forgiveness and offense, which is kind of all in the same package, I believe.
Yes.
Is that there's something powerful about just choosing to be unoffendable and do it as a ministry unto the Lord. That's a powerful thing. And so when you wake up and every day you're committed to the process of not letting a person or a situation or anything offend you, because it is your ministry, it's your service to the Lord that day. That's very powerful and makes it personal.
I love that concept, that it's your ministry, not even first to the other person, but first of all to the Lord.
Exactly.
So go into that a little bit.
Well, that gives you a whole new perspective from it. And what I've learned then, that is the only book out that I've committed to reading every year. It's the only book ever, besides, of course, the Bible. I read that book every year because it resets my default button.
Yes.
Because I'm prone to judge. I'm prone to let myself stay in righteous anger, which anger is something you're supposed to rid yourself of. It's not a fruit of the Spirit, I think. And so this book gives me a heightened awareness that, no, that's not what I want to go, what I want to do. And what I've found through the years is the more I commit to that and the more that becomes natural in my life, it's always a struggle, but it gets easier.
Yeah.
The more I do that, then I am able to love at a new level. It's kind of a crazy, radical love where you look at people how they could be, not how they are.
That's good.
And it's like an artist who can see a picture before they paint it. It's a whole new revelation of love. And
yeah,
the actions that you take, when you take them out of love, are always better, I think, than the actions you take out of anger, even if it's righteous anger, which is so prevalent today in our atmosphere.
Yeah, that's right. And I like that because we all find ourselves in that place where we think we have a righteous anger or a right to be angry, and
Yes.
You're the one who put me on this book, and I've been reading it too. And a sentence that really hit me that he wrote is, actually, it's not even forfeiting a right because the right doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
And I love the analogy you used about how it's like an artist who sees the painting even as it's being painted. I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is something that came to me after reading it several years, was all of a sudden it went from how to get out of anger and judgment and all of that into that element of love. And so it's kind of like you said about forgiveness. When you just choose to do it, you know, your feelings will tell you, no, I can't do this. But if you just choose to do it in faith as a ministry unto the Lord, feelings will come around. And that's a miracle that until you get to experience it, you don't understand it. I mean, how your feelings absolutely follow your choice.
Yeah, that is so good. I love that. So you got a lot from this book, Connie. Who would you recommend to read this book?
Well, I think anyone who struggles with being angry. I think anyone who has something that they know they need more peace about forgiving someone or something that's happened to them. I definitely would encourage you to read that book. In fact, I would encourage everybody to read it once. It's very short.
Yeah.
And easy to read.
So really, you're basically saying anybody in the human race ought to read this book.
I think so. Come on. You've got time, don't you?
That's
Or
right.
are you raising children?
That's right. That's good.
So to me, it's just elevated my whole walk with Christ in a way. And I understand more now why Jesus talks so often about forgiveness. I see it better now. I'm sure there's much more to be seen.
Yeah. Well, he has poured out so much forgiveness to every single one of us. No wonder it's such a heart calling for him. Yeah. Well, Connie, you've got such a great voice of wisdom, and you've just got you're such a great example of spiritual maturity to me and to so many others in our church. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you for taking this time to share this, to share your heart, to share your thoughts. I know it blesses our people.
Well, you're so welcome. And tell everybody I miss them. I'll be back soon, but I'm there online and in spirit.
That's right. That's right. God's going to get us all through this. I know he will.
Yes.
All right. Well, what a blessing you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren.